What's up, Average Dad fans? Welcome back to another video, and as promised, some content on the latest offering from OnePlus. Arguably the greatest phone OnePlus have ever produced, but there's a couple of caveats. I want to explain those caveats in this video, but I also want to let you know the price in markets where it's sold and in markets where it's not sold. Let's go. So by now you will have seen all of the OnePlus 15 first impressions, reviews, spec dump videos. OnePlus did send me the 15, but it was 3 weeks delayed. Numerous apologies from OnePlus, which is fine. OnePlus have been great to deal with. Just slightly frustrating, especially when I've had access to the OnePlus 15 for a good number of weeks I could have got from my own store. Anyway, we're past that now. I have the OnePlus 15. I literally just got it behind the curtain here, but it's literally still setting up as I make this video. But I watched the same reviews you have, and yes, it's a stunning phone with all the internals being absolutely god tier. The chipset, the RAM, the storage, everything about the internal specs are great. But there's a couple of caveats, as I mentioned. That display isn't what I'm used to from a OnePlus. Going back years, I think going all the way back to like the OnePlus 9, the OnePlus flagship phone always had a Quad HD Plus stunning display. Unfortunately, the 15 has taken a slight step back. It's Full HD Plus. Now, don't get me wrong. The display is stunning. I love the 6.8 inches. I love the high refresh rate of 165 Hz. Asterisk, only in certain games. It's 120 Hz normally. But it really is a lovely display. Fully flat as well. I just expect a bit better from OnePlus. And then in the camera department, while this looks like, let's be honest folks, it's the Oppo X9 Pro in my hand, it doesn't have the cameras of that. It actually shares the cameras very, very, very closely with the standard Oppo X9. But here's my hot take. The Oppo X9, as you can see this video here and numerous photo examples, the Oppo X9 cameras stood up fine against the X9 Pro cameras. So I believe due to post-processing, and I know they're not officially with Hasselblad, but if you don't think that some of the post-processing colour science is still remaining from that partnership, you'd be mistaken. I think the camera setup we've got here, and I will test fully, is going to be absolutely fine for 90% of people out there. Because the X9 standard is also absolutely more than good enough. So OnePlus made a very conscious decision here, and I'm not completely against it. The Oppo X9 Pro is £1,099 here in the UK. The OnePlus 15, remember, basically the same phone, is £879 here in the UK. Quick maths, that's £220 cheaper. This is the most budget-friendly flagship phone I have ever known of in paper. Again, I only just got it. I will use it extensively. I'll give you all the content you want to see. Leave questions down in the comments. But on paper, spec for spec, you ain't getting Samsung to get a £879 phone with all the specs included in here. A 7,300 mAh battery on a Samsung. Away. Same with iPhone. The flagship iPhone, the flagship Samsung, are nearly £350 more expensive than this OnePlus. And folks, this is the 16GB of the latest DDR5X Ultra RAM and 512 gigabytes of UFS 4.1 storage. Spec for spec, this thing is an absolute beast. So can I forgive OnePlus for putting a Full HD panel on the phone instead of Quad HD Plus? Can I forgive OnePlus for putting a standard X9 camera setup over the X9 Pro? Well, yeah, if I'm getting all the other specs and I'm saving £220, from a consumer's point of view, I think that's okay. I think that's a good trade-off. Now, obviously, me personally, I use the X9 Pro. I have access to every single phone on the planet. But if you're looking for your next Android device that's going to last you 5 years of software updates, it might even be 7, the battery's going to last you the whole time with no issues, even if this degraded by 10% over 5 years, which it won't. That's still a 6,500 milliamp hour cell. So yeah, this is a phone for the future. And then there's all the other connectivity features with other OnePlus devices and Android Auto and the usual global ROM goodies of eSIM and Google Pay. So yes, this is a global version, folks, obviously. Now, I have to mention, I do sell the Chinese and the global version on the Average Dad Tech Store. But to be honest, because OnePlus have priced it so aggressively, you're not getting like the £200 savings you normally would from me. The OnePlus 15 on the Average Dad Tech Store is £819. So £50, £60 cheaper than OnePlus direct. But if you're in a market like the UK that sells the OnePlus, maybe I would advise to buy from OnePlus UK. Just for that small piece of extra peace of mind, knowing that if anything goes wrong, you don't have to ship your phone back to China to get repaired under warranty. You can do it directly within the UK. If you're out with any market that sells the OnePlus, then obviously go ahead and check out the store. But to reiterate, I am advising people in markets like the UK and USA where this is sold, you probably want to buy from OnePlus directly. Cue all the trolls that can't say anything in the comments because I'm not trying to push sales. Never am. So I wanted to get this video out. I am traveling for the next couple of days. I needed to get something out on this phone because it deserves it. Thank you to OnePlus. If you've got any questions or what you want to see in my first 48-hour, 72-hour video, leave them in the comments below. I will be doing a full comparison between the Oppo X9 Pro and the OnePlus 15, of course. And yeah, that's it. Your spec dump, a little quick look. And just to finish off, the other small difference between previous OnePlus devices that I've ever owned, the unboxing, while it looks familiar, it's thinner because there's no charging brick in the box and weirdly no case. Even with the global Oppo from Oppo Direct, you get a case in the box. Slightly bemused by that, but again, we have saved a lot of money. It's a good bit cheaper than the Oppo X9 Pro. So anyway, that's all for me just now. Smash like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff that helps YouTube know that I am an absolute gangster. And until next time,